Welcome in. We're just days away from Super Bowl 56. Couldn't be more excited. I'm Alex White for Odds Checker, here with former Las Vegas Sportsbook Director Micah Roberts. Now, Micah, the Rams are currently -4. Total on that game is 48.5. How has that moved?
It's crazy. Everybody's moved together and everybody's getting Bengals money. So we've seen started at 3.5, it's gone to 4 and 4.5. Everybody was at 4.5 for 10 to 11 days. And then people started coming down a little bit. We saw Caesars do a promo. They went down to 3.5 just to test the waters a little bit, see if they could get some Rams money. They got a little bit, but I don't think they were satisfied with the total amount that they got. So books are now, they're waiting for that money to come in Las Vegas. Everybody comes in on Friday, so maybe that'll come Friday night, Saturday, and betting more Rams money. But the books, they need Rams money. Everybody's on the Bengals. And of course, Mattress Mac, the business furniture store owner from Houston, he's made 2 bets on the Bengals money line, plus 170 in Louisiana at a Caesar Sportsbook there. The first one was for $4.5 million. And the next one on Friday morning was for $5 million on the Bengals, plus 170. Good luck to him, but I don't think he's going to win.
Where do you see this number closing?
You know, maybe if Ram money does come, 4 would be the number, but I think you're going to see a lot of books. They're looking at their risk and they're like, how much do I need to take before I'm going to move down to 3? You got to protect the house. That's your job. You're there to protect the house. So if you're losing, you know you're going to lose a couple $100,000. You got to make the move. You got to do it. So that's one of those things that people are going to have to go with. Do I go to 3.5? Do I go to 3? Dare 3? You don't want to do that unless you absolutely have to, and you're going to get murdered for 500,000 or so. So that'd be one of the, I'd say 3.5 is where I would expect the number to go, although the South Point is not anywhere close to going. They're getting 2-way action now. The Superbook is not. They're dealing a dime line now. So they have the Rams at -4, -101, and they still can't get Rams money, if that tells you something.
All right. Well, this is going to be a lot of fun. You have completely broken down the game. We don't even really need to watch it on Sunday. You've got the numbers for us. Can you tell us what you have quarter by quarter and who is going to win this game? Bold prediction.
Yes, I have the Rams winning 37-20, and I have them jumping out early, and I have them taking advantage of a mistake by the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line and Joe Burrow. I'm thinking the first score, strip sack fumble, something similar to what Von Miller did when he beat Cam Newton and the Panthers a couple of years ago. I think something early like that. Aaron Donald pushing the offensive line back, and then you've got Leonard Floyd and Von Miller on the outside to get any excess movement. And then Joe Burrow's going to just come to him. So I could see a strip sack fumble, run in for a touchdown by the defense. That would be an amazing. But the field or defensive players only 10-1 in some of the odds I saw as first touchdown. Just something to think about there. And then they come back again offensively. They're up 14-0 in the first quarter, and they win 10-3 in the second quarter. So 24-3 at half. Yes, I think it's going to be somewhat of a blowout, but then the garbage time comes. Joe Burrow gets a few. He'll get over 300 yards passing, but I don't think it'll be necessarily Chase or Higgins that does the damage. I'm looking at Tyler Boyd to be open in some spots and not being paid as much attention to as Higgins and Chase. So that's something I'm looking at. And then they come back in the second half. They win 17-13 in the second half, but that's 37-20. So that means we're going to play a couple props. We're going to maybe lay 10.5 on a special point spread prop, maybe go over 55.5, a special total prop, put those together, combinations. And I got all kinds of other stuff. Do you want to hear what else I got, Alex, like as prop wise? Is that
Yes,
something?
Absolutely.
So do what you want with these numbers, but these are like an actual box score that I made up. It's so official, but I have a pretty good insight on how things end up here. So I'm going to go Cooper Kupp, 9 catches for 89 yards, including a 4-yard touchdown reception. Odell Beckham, 5 catches for 141 yards, a couple long passes, including a 41-yard touchdown reception. I got both quarterbacks to throw an interception, so there's several props out there. Both kickers to have 2 field goals or more. and that'll be something. And both kickers to have 33-yard field goals or more. What else? Sacks. Donald to get over. I know you got to lay a price. I think it's $160, $170, but I got him to get a sack. I got Miller to get 2 sacks, including 1 a strip sack, and 5 tackles in the game. So that's a bunch of props that you can play there. And also Von Miller to win MVP, because it would be him that I think in the first quarter that stymies Burrow to do all the things he's done when they've covered their last 7 games, and the momentum and power of Joe Burrow just building game after game into the Super Bowl. And then the front 4 just pushes back on that weak offensive line of the Bengals and kind of smothers them, doesn't give them a lot of room to move around. And by halftime, they're down by 21, and it's basically over. Now they've come back, and they're going to come back and score here again, but I don't think it'll be Chase or Higgins. I think Boyd will be the play there. Floyd 1 sack, and the Rams running game, they got 3 guys. I can't go there. The interesting one is Kendall Blanton, 18-1 to score the first touchdown, because Higbee probably won't have any impact on this game at all. So he's the backup tight end. Look for him to do some things, maybe over on receptions and yardage elsewhere. I think that's about all I got. What else you got, Alex?
Micah, that is great information. I really appreciate it. I want to make sure I heard you correctly so I can go to Odds Checker and find the best number. You said Von Miller for MVP.
Von Miller, the best number I've seen is 60-1 at Circa. I've seen other books 40 and 50-1, but he did it before for the Broncos when they beat Cam Newton as underdogs. I think he can do the same here. And we saw Burrow get sacked 9 times by the Titans, and the push on the offensive line. It's amazing that the Bengals won that game anyway, but that was the greatness of Joe Burrow. Beat a number 1 seed, beat a number 2 seed, pretty impressive stuff. But I think it ends here. And I've been on the Bengals for all 7 of their covers. I've been a big Joe Burrow fan most of the year, but it came on so suddenly, and they've covered every game. It's time for me to jump off the Bengals bandwagon. I'm on the Rams, the better team. I think the number's cheap. I think it should probably be maybe 6. And I think we have numbers adjusted in a way that say the public is really feeling good about Joe Burrow. So this is time to jump off, just like some of the quarterbacks. John Elway, his first time didn't go well, stayed around. He got his ring. This is the same type of thing with Joe Burrow.
Now, if I were to take Von Miller for MVP, but also wanted to put a little bit on Matthew Stafford for MVP, is there any value there?
Well, you just have 2 separate bets. Stafford, obviously, you got to think of what the people that are voting, and his story is amazing, being his first 12 years in Detroit, no playoff wins. All 3 of his playoff wins this year are his first of his career, his first Super Bowl. He's never been around this stuff. So, he's a veteran quarterback. He's got all that behind him, but he's never done this here. So I expect the defense to be the one to kind of carry him. And so it'll be difficult for the voters to decide if you have Von Miller dominating the game early, putting the whole game in position to just flow from Matt Stafford. Do you give it to Von Miller, or do you give it to Stafford as a good old, here you go, this is MVP, kind of how they did with Peyton Manning when he won with the Colts?
All right. It'll be interesting. Great stuff as always, Micah. One more time. What's that final score?
Rams 37-20.
Okay, let's go Rams. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks everybody for joining us. I'm Alex White. He's Micah Roberts for Odds Checker. We'll see you next time, and best of luck on Super Bowl Sunday.